Tell them I can't see it. Good evening and welcome to Say Brother. In this International Year of the Child, as designated by the United Nations, much has been written and said about those young adults who constitute our teen generation, the experts who have attempted to keep us in touch with the pulse of this teen community, from their fashions to the way they feel about one another. However, the real experts are the teens themselves, who have been conspicuously silent, not by choice, but seemingly by design. Really, are these teens afforded a format in which they can voice their own opinions, much less take part in the discussion, making certain decisions that affects their own lives? Tonight, some of these young adults will have this opportunity to articulate their feelings about schools, parents, sex, and morality, as well as other teen concerns. Welcome to Say Brother, and here we are. What we're going to do is what I just said in terms of having everybody tell you who they are, what they're about, what their feelings are. They're going to be able to feed back off of the youth expression theater scenarios, which comes from Planned Parenthood. The pieces are really good. It'll give you a deep inside view as to what's happening out there in the community that we think we know, this teen community. But they're young adults, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to deal with them on that level. Before we roll our first piece, what I'd like to do is introduce them to you. Then from there, we'll roll our first piece, our first skit. We'll come back, and then we'll feed back off of that. The other treat that we have for the viewers is that after we go through a good bulk of the show, maybe 35 minutes or so, we're going to go to a community calendar, and when we come back, I'm going to give you a telephone number so you can call in and talk to any of the folks, so mothers and fathers and teachers and friends, those of you who had questions, wanted to ask, were afraid to on a one-to-one level or face-to-face, this is your opportunity. Take it. Okay, I'm going to start with you and work this way, then I'll come back and I'll start with you and work this way. Tell me who you are, how old you are, and what school you go to.
Brian Carroll, 14, Madison Park High.
Okay.
Gail Cleveland, 18, East Boston High School.
Okay, Brian and Gail.
Lily Kim, 16, Conway Christian High School, South Boston.
Okay, Lily.
Chevy Johnson, 16, Madison Park High School.
Okay.
Gail Johnson, 17, English High School.
Gail.
Maura Barry, Cardinal Christian High School, 18.
Okay.
Angel Savini, 17, Boston Technical High School.
All right. Now I'm going to go back to you and work this way.
Okay, my name is Dan Sakura, and I go to Diamond Junior High School in Lexington, and I'm 14.
Okay, you.
Jerome Henderson, go to Madison Park High, and I'm 15.
Okay, and Jerome, right behind Jerome.
My name is Julio Sepulveda, and I go to Mission Church High School, and I'm 17 years old.
Julio, all right. You?
My name is Norman Mitchell. I'm 16, and I go to Madison Park High School.
All right, in the back.
My name is Norman Badger. I go to Madison Park High School. I'm 16.
And the lady right in front.
My name is Anita Clark. I go to Edison School, and I'm 14.
Okay, and the lady beside her.
My name is Veronica Hemingway. I'm 14. I go to Mission Grammar.
Okay, and the gentleman behind her.
My name is Michael Lewis. I go to Madison Park High School, and I'm 18 years old.
Okay.
My name is Andrew Burrell. I go to Madison Park High School. I'm 16.
I thought you forgot your name. Okay. You?
My name is Classy Jones. I go to Madison Park High. I'm 16.
Okay.
My name is Gloria Dusty. I go to Mission Grammar School. I'm 13.
And you?
I'm Tony Hill. I go to Mission Grammar and I'm 14.
You're not proud of it. Okay, what we're going to do now is set up our first roll-in. Our first roll-in is going to deal with liberal parents. How many of you think you have liberal parents? You do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if we stayed here much longer, we'd get everybody's hand. Liberal means let you do basically what you want to do. Yeah. See? All right. Okay. Why don't we look at this one and see what it's about? There are 2 monitors. You can look on either side.
Mother would have grabbed me by the back of my head and dragged me back in the house if I ever told her, especially told her you were going to New York. Ah.
I wish she had almost. It's like they don't even care what I do. I go out, you know, stay out till 3 in the morning, come back. They don't even notice.
Oh, I would love it if my mother was like that.
If I jumped off the Empire State Building tomorrow, she wouldn't notice. I don't know. They think I'm like all my brothers and sisters, you know. This great student, all I'm interested in is school.
Oh, it would be great if my mother thought that was all I was interested in.
Not really. I mean, I wish I had your mother sometimes.
Whatever happened to our perfect little girl?
Our baby. All alone in that big city.
Oh, we could have stopped her.
What else could we do? We asked her not to go, and she went. That's all we can do.
That's true.
Oh, how did she ever turn out like this?
I don't know. Why did she do it?
She's not like any of her brothers and sisters. They were such perfect children, and she was until now.
You're right. She had no reason to do that.
Look at all we've given her. Look at this house.
You're right. The food, clothing.
We've given her freedom. That's what kids want nowadays, isn't it?
Yes.
Freedom to do what they want to do.
What did she do with that freedom?
Oh, you know, she went to the library, kept her marks up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot, yeah.
Yeah. Could it have been her friends?
Her friends? I thought it might have been us.
Oh, it couldn't have been us.
Well, I guess not, huh?
No, it couldn't have been us.
Her friends? I don't know if it could have been her friends, but...
She might have gotten in with the wrong crowd in school.
That's true.
But the ones we've seen around here seemed all right.
You're right. She didn't have any troubles. Did she come to you for her troubles?
Oh no, I thought she came to you.
Me? No, I always thought the other
Well, she didn't have any troubles. That was it.
That's true. Yeah, she was perfect.
She was...
It couldn't have been drugs or anything.
Never drugs.
No.
That's one thing you could always depend on. Katie was never into marijuana or all those other things like teenagers
Nothing like
you read in
that.
the paper. No drugs, thank God.
Would you like a drink before dinner?
I would love one.
All right. Now, I want some responses. But I promised before we went into the responses, though, for the show, that Brian Carroll, who's right across from me over here, wants to make a serious correction. He is not 14, he is 15. Now, you know how important that was in those days. Okay. All right. Now, I want some responses to this piece that was done by the Youth Expression Theater that was called Liberal Parents. Basically, you've seen where they were coming from. One of them, the parents was talking about the fact that their daughter had taken off to New York, okay? Though she had been told not to go, she wanted to go to New York, so she went to New York. She was explaining that to her girlfriend, who said, I wish my parents were like that, you know, they're always on top of me, you know. So why don't you give me some feedback? How many folks feel that they have liberal parents? Put your hands way up so I can see. Okay, that's quite a few. That's quite a few. See, if you do it fast and bring it right back down, your parents won't check it out. Okay? Okay. Now, what I need you to do is some of the folks that put their hands up, I need you to give me an example of what you call liberal, what you feel is a lot of freedom. Okay?
Well, my parents basically let me do just about everything I want to, as long as they know that what I'm doing is right for me.
Mm-hmm.
But they care about what's happening to me. Like, if I'm going to be going out, you know, they tell me I have to be in a certain time, but at least they let me go. So I figure they're still giving me my freedom, but they're still caring about what's happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I consider them liberal, but I'm glad that they care, or else I could go anywhere I wanted, you know, stay out to all hours, and something might happen to me sometime.
Mm-hmm. Get killed? Why did you say get killed?
Because all the murders, that's how...
Oh, literally get killed. Oh, I thought you when you got back home. For real get killed. Okay. What problems did you see in the scenario that was there? I mean, they were saying, no, my daughter's not on drugs. She was sitting back there with a joint.
They don't have that much communication with their children. They don't know, you know, what they're doing, and they think somebody else knows, and you know, they're not communicating with each other as they should be.
Mm-hmm.
They should be communicating with themselves and the child also,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not doing that.
I don't think they want to believe that their daughter would smoke pot.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Why not?
Well, because they're so against it, and I don't know, they think that they did something wrong, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were saying it to their friends.
How do you all feel about smoking pot? I mean, do you think it's on these grins? No, tell me seriously. You don't have to be speaking about yourself, of course, but you can just be speaking in general from friends that told you, right? Go ahead,
I
Brian.
feel that a lot of people think it's an easy way to relieve their tension.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because most people that smoke pot, it's just like they're trying to get away from something,
Mm-hmm.
or to get into something, like to get away from all their problems. So they just go to another source.
I think smoking pot also has come to symbolize like smoking cigarettes to be in the crowd. It's taking the place of cigarettes, I think.
Yeah, really go to
much
see them
more.
smoking it on the street. I think it's an artificial high, you know. They're just substituting it. You can have a natural high, you know. You don't have to. It's artificial, you know. It's a substitute, and you can't substitute everything in life, and that's just, you know, one part of it.
Well, why do you think so many folks, young and old, in this situation, want to get high anyway, to try to find any kind of a substitution for reality?
Trying to get away from everything.
Or they're bored.
I think they're looking for satisfaction.
Satisfaction?
Yeah, satisfaction and everything.
Or just be in the crowd, you know, like Brian was saying here. Some people smoke reefer just to get, you know, from the tension and, you know, how people get upset. And sometimes reefer relaxes your mind. Not really relaxing, but keeps you on other things. It keeps you going, doing things, you know, that you wouldn't ordinarily do.
You're going to have to come back to it, though.
Yeah, but it still makes you come back to the problem after your high wears down. But you come back to the same problem.
I feel one of the major reasons kids smoke pot is mostly peer pressure, you know. They see a role model doing it, and they figure, like, gee, I can be like him if I smoke pot.
Okay,
or also to be, as said before, in with the crowd, you know, not sort of a social outcast.
Okay, let's take another look at another piece. The pieces are going to come quickly and they're going to go quickly. The next piece we have is on birth control. Now, the ladies specifically, oh God, the ladies specifically want to check this out. But there's a particular reason why they need birth control, because they're a gentleman. So let us all check this out, the birth control piece.
Trying to be friendly.
Quiet down in there. Quiet down. And no more slumber parties.
He's so mean. I know. We should have been here when he wasn't here.
I did the best I could, you know.
Yeah, but that girl, I don't know. I don't like her.
Noise.
That was her father yelling. And us. He was yelling at us.
Yelling about what?
Well, we were just talking about that girl. You know the new girl in school? We were trying to talk to her today in the cafeteria, and she just sat there like she was...
Yeah.
She's
she's
a jerk.
stuck up.
She thinks she's A-miss number one.
She is.
She is too.
Oh, jeez. I'm so tired.
What's the matter, Alice?
Oh, I have an early appointment tomorrow.
Oh, where?
You know that clinic downtown? That
the
free clinic?
Oh, the Forsyth Clinic?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm just...
My mother and I went there last week.
Your mother went with you?
Yeah, my mother went with me. She took me, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And we went, and it was nice. I mean, I was a little scared at first, you know, but it was nice. And the doctors are nice. I think you'll like it. What are you going there for?
Just to talk to someone about birth control.
What for? What are you going to do that for? What do you need information on birth control for?
Because she just wants to have it, right,
just
Alice?
to have it. You wouldn't want to know about it unless you were going to go ahead and use it.
She just doesn't want to be ignorant about it, that's all. She just wants to go and learn about it, so she'll know.
Why? You're too young to be getting involved in that kind of
She's
stuff.
too young to be pregnant is what she's too young for.
She's too young to get herself in the position where she'd have to go and get birth control.
She's not saying she's going to use it. She just wants to see what it's all about, that's all. I mean, do you blame her for that?
I bet your mother doesn't know you're going, huh?
Does she, Alice?
No, she'd care if she found out you were going.
Her mother should be glad she's going.
That's right.
Then why doesn't she know?
Why don't you tell her, Alice? Maybe she'll want to go with you.
She wouldn't go with it. And what if your boyfriend finds out? What's he going to do? I can imagine what he's going to think. He's going to be psyched.
We'll talk about it in the morning, okay? I have to get up early.
Okay. You should go out.
Okay, let's go to sleep.
Good night.
Look what I found on Alice's bureau.
What is it?
Birth control pills.
Our daughter on birth control?
What are you doing with them?
Our daughter, the prostitute. You're only 16.
How did you get them without my permission?
Birth control is 16.
Birth control.
Hey, fellas, look.
There's
Easy Alice.
Say, baby, when am I going to get mine? She's on birth control.
We'll all get it.
Oh, yeah.
Alice.
Go away. Go away. Please leave me alone. Oh, shit. Gotta go to the clinic. Oh, gotta go to the clinic.
Excuse me?
What do you want?
I'm here to speak to someone about some information.
What's your name?
Alice Benson.
You're 2 minutes late.
I'm sorry I'm late for the appointment, but I got...
What did you say you were here for?
To speak to someone about birth control.
Dr. Stanley will see you in a few minutes. Dr. Stanley, Alice Benson for birth control. Dr. Stanley.
I don't believe it.
Alice,
you're late for your appointment.
what's the matter? Did you have a bad dream?
Yeah, I had a bad dream.
Boy, that was...
I'm late. Okay.
Yeah,
Why don't you
get-
just not go?
No, get dressed and go, Alice. Go ahead. They won't mind if you're late. Just go. You'll still
Okay.
make the appointment.
All right. Okay, I'll see you
later.
later.
Okay,
then.
bye-bye.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you have an appointment this morning?
Yes, I had an appointment for 8:30.
Oh, that's fine. What's your name?
Alice Benson.
Alice. Great. And you're here for some information?
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, the doctor will see you in a minute. While we're waiting, do you want to go over some of the rules of the clinic?
Yeah, sure.
Is this your first visit here?
Yes, it is.
Well, then we'll try to make you feel as at home as possible.
Now, see, it wasn't as bad as it seemed. At least it turned out decent. Now, what I want folks to, you should have heard these kids in here while that tape was on. They were going off. I want everybody to choose up sides. Liz was for it. What was the other one's name? Christine. She was against it. First, I just want to see a show of hands. How many kids were for the idea of what Alice was getting ready to do? Okay, how many were against it? A minority of 1, 2. He got his hand halfway up, 1.5. Okay. I don't know how you can choose up sides if you're all against one brother. But okay, I want to hear some reasons why you were for it. How about we work on this side of it? Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I think she should go ahead and get on birth control because she liked the one.
Speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
I said I think it's better for her to go ahead and go on birth control because, like, she want to go ahead and get sex. And the wrong thing of the boy go ahead and go on her vagina. She may end up pregnant, but she don't want to have that already. But I think it's good for her to go ahead and get birth control.
Who else has a point on it? Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I think it was right for her to go and get a checkup and everything and find out about it because, like, most people enjoy having sex, right? And the minority of people that have sex, right, they should know about it, especially if they don't want to have kids because that's how, you know, most people end up selling babies, putting them in homes, you know. And the problem with that is, you know, if you're going to have a kid, you should make sure you take care of it. Now, if you still want to have sex and everything, you should learn how to control it. So the best thing would be to find out about it, I think.
There was a point that Christine brought up to Alice about her boyfriend being psyched at the concept of knowing that she was going to get birth control information.
Yes.
What do you think about that?
I see the problem with that would be like, he'd probably feel that he would have to support the child, right? Now the problem with that was if he didn't feel like supporting the child, then what would happen to it? Like I said, you know, he'd be probably put into a home or sold, as some people do, which is against the law. But you have problems when you're not on birth control.
Okay, but one of the other things I think she meant was the fact that if Alice was going to get birth control information and maybe even contraceptives, that meant that she was going to be prepared not to get pregnant. Okay, so if she's prepared not to get pregnant, that means that Christine felt that that was going to psychologically, when she says psychologically do something to Alice's boyfriend's head to say, oh, this must be what she wants to do. Now, if you're not having sex with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you knew she was going to get this information, is that what you would think?
I kind of, before I said I was for, you know, the birth control, but I started thinking about it, and I don't think it's right. If you're going to, you know, have sex, right, you should take the responsibilities of it. You know, if you're having a child, have the child, you know, and there's all kinds of pills they use now that, you know, they say they're not good for this and not good for that, for the lady to use. And I feel that if she's going to have sex with a guy, right, well, they might as well just go on and have it instead of, you know, having birth control pills.
There was, go ahead.
Well, you're saying go on and have it without birth control pills, like, so after she has it and she ends up pregnant, I'm not saying you, but like a lot of guys, they're not going to be around, you know?
Well,
and it's also the guy's responsibility also to have birth control. It's not just on a woman's part, it's their part too.
But if she's going to go get the birth control pills, I guess she plans on having fun like the guy, right?
Not necessarily. And that's skit. I think she's going just to find out. I don't think it hurts to find out information. Who knows in the future? You might, you know, a year from now, let's say you're graduating, and you decide you do want to have sex. You'll have that background still there. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go and, you know, get birth control.
Okay, we have 1 minute before the next segment, and there was a part about teenage marriage that really could stem from that and was done, but we won't have an opportunity to see all the pieces, and that's one of the pieces we won't have a chance to see. How many people would be in favor of getting married given they got pregnant or their girlfriends got pregnant? And do you know what kind of, are you ready to take on that kind of responsibility?
I think I am.
Speak up.
I'm sure I could, you know.
You could? You could too?
I could.
Okay.
I could take on the responsibility, but the problem with that is most people that get married when they're young, the relationship usually doesn't last as long as if they waited.
You're right.
Well, yes, but how could you support the child and the wife?
Okay.
If
We have to stop. Let's go into, this one's a toughie. No, this is the one you can't fight about. Interracial dating. Don't do it. Just sit there, relax, just be cool, just watch it, okay? Interracial dating. Why don't we roll that and we'll talk about it afterward. It can speak for itself.
Come on, class. I can't stay. Why don't you get your wife behind the way? You whitey, stay over there. You honkies, stay over there. Come on, sister, get over here with the color. Get over there. Are you ready, class? Take it now. 1, 2, 3. Comedy, 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 comedy. Tonight. Thank you, class. I don't have no rhythm. I ain't got no class.
Alice.
What is it?
How you doing?
What a class, I know.
I can't believe them sometimes.
Yeah, they're really crazy. I have to go to my class.
Hey, wait. Hey, I was wondering, did you hear about that new movie, Hair?
Hair?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been meaning to see that with my friends, though. I'll see you later, okay? I have to go.
Yeah. I like her. I like her a lot, and I want to ask her out. I know blacks and whites dating doesn't go over too well in the school, but black's just a color. I mean, it doesn't make anybody different. I know my parents might talk and my friends might hassle me, but I don't think those are good enough reasons. I still want to ask her out. Hey, Alice.
I have to go to my class.
Oh, what do you say? Do you want to go see the movie with me?
No, I'm doing something that night. I can't.
Alice, I didn't even tell you what night. Come on.
Well, I'm doing something tonight that you planned anyway. You know,
Come on, Alice. Be serious.
Michael, I don't think so. I really don't. I mean.
Why not, Alice? I mean, if it's because you're black and I'm white, that's.
Yeah, that's one reason, and others.
There's no other reason. I mean, we get along.
We don't get along in Glee Club, so.
We get along.
We get along. Yeah, but others don't.
I'm not dating your friends. I mean, I'm dating you. I mean, I want to know if you'll go to the movies with me.
Well, why are you picking on me?
Because I like you. Come on,
Alice.
Alice.
Well, there's other girls in the class that like you.
So I like you.
Why don't you ask them?
Because I like you. That's a reason. What do you say, Alice?
I don't know. I might have something to do that.
Hey, Alice, why don't you come to... Hey, you better not put your hands on this lady. You better not put don't you touch this lady.
You see, that's what I got to put up with.
Oh, come on, Alice.
What about your friends? I know your friends in class talk.
Yeah, I know they'll talk. They talk. I mean, everybody talks. But sooner or later, everyone's just going to sooner or later adjust. I mean...
Yeah, right.
Right, it's...
Well, what about your family?
So my family will talk. Some won't yours, but can't you handle that?
Yeah, my family would talk. And they'll keep on talking, too.
I don't even know why they're talking. I mean, there's no big thing. It's just two people dating. What do you say, Alice? Your house at 7 o'clock,
No,
Tuesday night.
not my house. I'll meet you at the theater.
I see. All right, the theater.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
See.
How many folks want to talk? All right, let's see. Brian always goes first. You go first.
Well, for a minute there, I thought the white kid had a good point in what he was saying about dating black and white, because she was saying that his friends, her friends, what she have to put up with. To me, it don't make a difference. People are people. What she was talking about was that she didn't want to put up with her mother and all the other black friends. Like, example, when the black dude got up and started telling them, don't hit her and don't do this.
That's a lot of pressure.
They would have went through that all along.
So you're saying that they should just go on through it, or you're saying they shouldn't be discouraged because of it?
Well, I think they should go on through it. It's only a date.
That's the point.
That's all he asked her.
Well,
That's the point.
Well, the way I feel, I feel it's two people. It all depends on the way she feels about him, the way he feels about her. If he likes her and she likes him, you don't care what other people say. It's not them who like the person. It's what you feel inside for that person, what he feel for you. It's not what other people say, because they're not going to be with you for the rest of your life. They're not going to marry the person you're going to marry. It all depends on you and that person who you're liking. And it don't really make no difference what color you are, really, because I feel this way. Everybody was once closer to one another than it was, the way they're seeming now, how they putting different names on different color, like they said, this is a black, and this is why I really don't see no difference. I think he should date her, or she should date him. Don't care what her friends say. If they don't like the way they're going on, she could just drop them and find new friends.
Well, I think it's harder than that, because that's strain. If it wasn't a relationship, if it became a heavy relationship, there's a lot of strain on because of your parents and stuff, and that tend to eat at you, and pretty soon you're eating at each other and blaming each other for things, and that you have to keep that in consideration before you even start a relationship with an opposite race or whatever.
Before you start it, you should do what?
You should consider that the strain that will be on your relationship. You can't ignore your parents and your friends and stuff like that. You have to be aware of that. And you can't just say, oh, forget them, It's not easy.
Okay.
All right. The way I look at it is, if you feel a certain way about a person, right, you shouldn't let your friends get involved with it. And if they do, you say, well, hey, you deal with your problems, let me deal with mine. I like this person. You're not going to be the one that's sharing our relationship. Leave us alone.
This all sounds really good, but it sounds idealistic. Now, the schools that you told me that you go to are ones that, I don't know, some of them I don't think have the best racial climates. Are those of you who are in favor, actually, have you ever participated in an interracial dating situation? And how have you found that?
I have.
Okay.
Plenty of times I've had black boyfriends and Puerto Rican, white boyfriends, and I was aware of me going into their neighborhoods. I had no problem. Where I live in Beacon Hill, so it doesn't matter. But if they were, let's say, a black boyfriend were to come to my school and pick me up at school, there would be a problem, and we'd have to go around that. I mean, you can't just say, forget the people. Come and pick me up. You can't, because you can get harmed that way. And it was hard, but I've grown, I think, a lot from...
But let me ask you, what feelings did you have for that particular person, and did that affect those feelings? Did that hostility affect those feelings?
No, it didn't. It didn't throw me closer to the person. It was the same as any other relationship,
But did it tear you apart from that person?
It happened, I would say, once that happened.
I have a question for you. Why should it be a problem? I mean, this is 1979. Why should it be a problem?
What a problem?
Things have changed. You just got finished telling me if your boyfriend would pick you up.
If he, all right, my school's in South Boston. If I had a black boyfriend, now if he were, that would be a problem. And, we'd have to consider me going to school there and, what the kids would think there, and just people outside the school, you never know what could happen. And I think it might be the same if I were to walk and pick him up if his school was in the heart of Roxbury or wherever. It's mostly black. I mean, I'd feel a little afraid,
Tell me, don't you have the hassles when you go back to school the next day?
What?
if by them seeing you?
Yeah, oh, I'd have hassles, yeah, you know, and I'd have a lot of people calling me names, you know, constantly getting labeled.
Let me ask you a question. What if they see you anywhere else besides school? How are you going to go about that? School's not the only place you
I
go.
wouldn't mind if they saw, I wouldn't mind if he picked me up at my school. I'd be concerned if he would be physically harmed or I would be physically harmed. I would, like you said before, I wouldn't pay attention to what they said. You know, I'd be aware of it, but I wouldn't let it affect our relationship. I'd go anywhere else with them, you know.
So you feel that if people minded their own business and just let you all do what you wanted to do, there would be more interracial dating. Just naturally happen.
Yeah, when somebody sees a black and white together, they go, "Oh, she's dating," and it starts like that. There's no getting around.
Well, see, right now, right, there's a lot of interracial problems going on, riotings and stuff, so you're going to get problems anywhere you go if you see a black and white together, or if you're just a black or white. So I just feel that you should just go on and do your thing. If someone's going to give you a house, you know, you're going to deal with problems anywhere you go anyways. So what does it matter?
Yeah, I would tend to disagree that before there was a real cultural taboo against interracial dating, but I feel it's getting better, and it's more optimistic for this problem, not getting worse.
What school do you go to again?
I go to Diamond Junior High School in Lexington, and there's really no problems at all. But since that's in the suburb, I guess you really can't make a judgment just on that basis.
Yes, in the suburbs, right, it really doesn't matter, but when you live in the city, right, you have to live the city life, you know?
There are the sections that are cut off there, so you're much more aware of it.
How much do you feel the adults, parents, and just other adults, teachers, and other people that have influence over us one way or another, listen to me, I'm trying to be a teenager, that have influence over you one way or another, have affected that, have made it worse?
Well, for an adult to have interracial, you know, have an interracial thing going on, you can't really say anything about it. It could break up your home, but if they saw their children doing it,
But I'm saying, how many of them do you think discourage? You're talking about teens discouraging it. How many adults do you think discourage teens from dating?
Well, see, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think I can let anybody finish now. I think I have to cut. We're going to take a break. We're going to go to community calendar. When we come back from the community calendar, we're going to go to the telephones, and we can start having people call in. The telephone number is 491-0340. You should write that down now. Telephone number is 491-0340. Call in and respond to some of the things that you heard and some of the things you just might want to ask. Okay. All right. During the community calendar, these breaks are better than the show, I'm telling you. During the community calendar, people are passing phone numbers and stuff, but that's all right. That means they like one another, which is very hip. We have one more piece. We're going to let that piece roll. When we come back from there, we'll start taking your phone calls. Again, the phone number is 491-0340. Now, this piece is called Macho Father. This is the last piece that we were able to use from the Youth Expression Theater. All the pieces were sensational, and I thank the Youth Expression Theater again. Macho Father. Check it out, and let's see what you think.
Dad.
Oh, hi, Raymond.
How you doing?
Good.
Look, I got an A on my paper.
Did that hint help?
It helps all the time.
Oh, good, good. I'm glad.
I'm going upstairs to study for SAT, okay?
Okay, just be down by dinner, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Where you going?
Dad, I'm going up to my room to study.
What's the matter? You can't talk to me?
Dad, I said hi to you.
Yeah, you said hi. What's that? Let me see that.
That's his test. You got a good mark on it.
Shut up. Now, where are you going?
Dad, I'm going up to my room and study.
No, you're not. You know what we're doing tonight? We're going to the basketball game. I got 2 tickets.
Dad, I can't go. I have a test to study.
What do you mean you can't go?
He's trying to study for that big SAT tomorrow.
Shut up.
Just leave him alone.
Now, go upstairs, get changed, we'll have something to eat, and we'll go.
Dad, it's not that I don't want to go. It's just that, Dad, I have an SAT to study, and you're paying for it.
I went crazy getting these tickets for us, and you don't want to go. You know what you can do with these tickets? You can take them and
You know, I wish I could come home one day and my mother was away from this ironing board and she had a backbone and she could stand up to my father. And she had a smile on her face. And then I wish my father wasn't so interested in these baseball tickets or basketball tickets, whatever he wants to say. And he had a smile on his face when I came home. Some days, I wish I could come home and they'd be interested in what I like to do instead of what they like to do.
Now, macho father. How many folks feel they have macho fathers? You must go to the basketball game, you must see the Celtics, or you must go see the Red Sox, or you must. Really doesn't want you to do what you want to do, or tries to just have you as their buddy and you'd rather do your own thing. Okay, Brian.
I feel that I have a macho father, not in that sense, but in other things, you know. He's always trying to be better than me, you know. You know, like before, right? See, the case with me was... I live with my parents.
Oh, all right.
The case with me was like, I was a player, right? So he had to be more of a player.
What kind of a player?
Well, when I say
a street player.
You're right.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead.
All right, so it's like, when I was doing my thing, right, he had to do it, and he had to do it better. Oh. It's like everything I tried to do, he had to do it better.
It's a competition.
Well, it was the kind of thing where just, he couldn't let his son be better than he was.
I see.
It wasn't the case of competition.
I see. Go ahead.
If you know your father was trying to be better than you, what did you do towards it?
I just kept on living my life.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me ask you a question, Brian.
Why would you feel that you would want to compete with your father?
I was, see, it wasn't the condition of me competing with him. It was him competing with me. See, what I was doing, I was just doing my own thing. I wasn't letting anybody bother me, right? He just felt that I shouldn't be doing what I was supposed to be doing. Especially when he was living his simple life, he said, well, how can he be out on the streets doing all this, you know? And I used to be doing that. So he tried to show me how much of a street person he was.
I know what you're telling me is here, but by what I take it, I seem that your father is a challenge for you.
He's not a challenge for me. He tries to, it's like he's trying to challenge me. He's trying to show, well, you're not better than me. You're my son, you know? And I've done more than you have.
Okay, let's let our viewers come in, okay? Now, let's see. Hello, do we have a phone call?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Yes, I was listening to the program here about the interracial marriages and dating.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering how the young lady, Mrs. Kim there, how her parents were dealing with that.
Oh.
My parents?
Okay.
Well, my parents really can't say anything since I'm half Oriental and half white. So right there, that shows there's interracial marriage right there. So they really couldn't have a say. They could, you know, they'd tell me what to do, but my mother and my father was against it, but my mother, she trusts my judgment as far as choosing a person for me I want to be with, you know, a boyfriend. And my judgment was good. I wouldn't be afraid to bring my boyfriend home or anything like that.
Okay. Thank you for your call. May we have the next call? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, I'm interested. I would like to ask the young Chinese sister, whereas you have parents who are white and Chinese, why is it that you decided to go out with black and Puerto Rican boys? Why wasn't it a white boy?
Why did you say I wasn't white?
Why weren't they white boys?
Oh, they were. They're equal amounts. They were.
Clearly she gets her play. Okay. Let's have the next call, please. Hello? Do we have another call? Hello? Did we lose the call? Hello once? Twice? 3 times. Okay. No more right now. Okay, Kim, everybody's picking on you. But I think you handled it well. To go back to the last piece, the macho piece, until we get another phone call. I'm curious about what ladies might have mothers that might not be the macho father, but the macho mother, in the sense that I want you to do what I want you to do. I'd like you to sing, or I'd like you to sew, or I'd like you to do whatever I do? How many people feel they have mothers like that? Wait, let's let the ladies speak. Go ahead.
I think, like my mother, you know, when she grew up, she didn't have the best, you know, it was hard, she was poor. And I think she wants the best for me, you know, so now I know she wants a lot of things for me to do. But what I find, I guess I'm lucky because when I do things that I think will disappoint her, she seems like I'll get a, you know, not such a great mark. She'll say, oh, that's really great, you know, and
well,
not
she's supportive anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I know she wants me to do good in it.
Okay.
And I feel disappointed, but...
Okay. We're still trying to live up to her standard.
Yeah.
Okay. We have another call. Hello? May we have your question?
Yes. Can you tell me the white Chinese woman that have she ever went out with a black man?
Yes, I'll answer that for her. She said she had, right?
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have another call? Hello? May we have the next call? Hello? Nope? Okay. More points from the ladies on their moms. How many moms are pushing you in?
I think my mother's kind of a dominant figure in my family, but like, you know, like she'll try and make us do things that we might not want to do, but eventually it was done for our own good, you know. But sometimes it can get, you know, into a hassle and stuff. Like if she wants us to sing or something for a certain reason, because like everyone in my family sings, and she might want us to sing at an occasion or something, and I might not feel like it, but I'll end up having to do it anyway, you know. But I usually have a good time, so.
Oh, that's good. So it was worth it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We have another phone call. Let's take that. Hello, may I have your question?
Yes, you may. I'd like to direct this question to Bryant Carroll.
Okay.
And the question is, during your first year of high school, what drastic change has there been to either improve your life or affect it?
Praise the Lord, sister. Well, when I first started going to this high school, I was still running the streets. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even thinking of school. My life was still out in the streets, and in the past recent couple of months, I'd say from January, I just started getting back into school. And I started to receive good grades now, you know, because I started getting into my school, you know.
That's
No
good.
longer was I still running the streets, but
What school you're in, Madison?
yeah,
Yeah.
MPH.
Yeah. MPH.
Wow.
He said he had to say that. All right. That's good. Okay. Do we have another call? Hello? May I have your question? Go ahead.
I'm interested in knowing how come none of the black women there have decided ever to interracially date.
Okay. Thank you.
Because I've never had the opportunity. If I had, I think I probably would have.
And I feel, you know, it's nothing against that because, you know, a lot of people like my family, you know, it's not really, I wouldn't have one in my family, but I think they're
One
nice.
what?
You know, mixed
okay.
racial and thing like that because, you know, I think it's nice because you find some nice white people out there and you find some nasty black people or something like that. So I really wouldn't mind dating a white person, really. You know, it all depends on how it goes.
And who the person is.
Okay.
Well, I have dated some Spanish and Puerto Rican boys.
Spanish and Puerto Rican?
Yeah. Well, I have dated them, but they turn out very nice. They're just like any other boy. They're not different from nobody. I think all boys are same. None of them, you know, different. You know, all of them got the right, you know, same thing, right?
Okay. How about the rest of this? Have you not? Why?
It just never occurred.
If not? Huh?
It just never occurred.
It never occurred? So, again, the opportunity has not presented itself.
I think the black boys are more apt, black guys are more apt to ask out a white girl any opposite race than
That's true.
the white.
That's true.
That's an interesting point. Why do you think that is?
I have no idea.
Well, let's ask the guy.
We'll see. Usually with black boys, right? When they're asking out a girl, they're really not thinking about the color. Color doesn't matter. you know. Because when a guy usually asks out a girl, it's what they're looking for. They're not looking for the color.
Oh. What are they looking for?
Well, we'll just let that go by right now. We're just talking about interracial.
All right. You said it. I had to pick up on it. Okay, we have another phone call. Hello, may I have your question, please?
Well, you're going to ask her a question, but she's going to come on this phone and she's going to talk to you, okay? Okay, if you have a television in the area, you're going to have to turn it down, but you'll be able to hear.
Hello.
Hello?
May I have your question?
This call is for Byron.
Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
In this day and age, there aren't that many macho parents. Maybe years ago when a father was a farmer or a politician, he wanted his son to grow up just like him. But I'm sorry to say that today, there aren't that many parents who feel that way, and just as long as their kids don't land in jail, you know, they're satisfied. And maybe Byron's father is trying to prove something to him, not so much as competing. And I guess he should really try to pinpoint that and find out for himself.
Okay, let's have Brian answer that.
All right, well, it depends on whose eyes you're looking through. As a matter of fact, I was looking through my eyes, you know. Now, as you were looking through your eyes. It's the way the person feels. That was the way I felt. So, I'm just going to leave it as that.
Okay. All right. More comments on that?
I think that parents, it can become a macho type thing or a mother macho type thing, whatever you want to call it. But I know that my mother tries to maybe enlighten me, you know, like, say when I was young, I really didn't know what I would do. She'd try things with ballet or something, you know, or start me sewing or knitting. You know, she didn't force it on me, but she was firm to see, you know, so I'd acquire that ability or whatever. I think that's good, but not so it's forced upon you and you have no choice in the matter.
Yes, I think my father's main goal was to make me better than he was, and so, you know, just try and make a good person out of me, so to be successful and happy, and etc.
What ways did he?
Or like encouraging sort of sports and other activities and stuff like that that he never had when he was a kid.
Okay, I want to go outside of the format for a second and ask you to try to be really truthful with yourselves and take advantage of the opportunity that you have right now. And some of the younger people that are watching should do that themselves. You don't have an audience to feed to, but you can do it within yourself. What kinds of things would you really like to tell your parents or any adult that really affects your life seriously about any aspect of the things we talked about or things that we didn't talk about that you really think the younger people need to say to those people, those older people that really control your lives right now, that you really haven't had a chance to say?
I think adults sort of label the young, you know. They'll say, or maybe if they see you on the streets and say, well, you're bad, you're a hood, and you're not going nowhere, and they label you, and they figure, well, that's that, I know you already, and then I'll label you, you're white, you're still bad, you're not going nowhere. That's my opinion, but I feel that they label people too much, and I feel that labeling is just another way of being prejudiced against something you don't know about.
Okay, we have a caller. Let's take this call. Hello, can I have your question? Hello?
Yes, I'm admiring your questioning, Barbara, but how can you feel that we shouldn't be proud of our young people? I mean, I'm truly proud of them. You're talking about this wide open thing about mixed sex. Now, when you get right down to it, why do our people vary so much in color? If our grandparents hadn't done the same thing under secrecy, but they're not doing it under secrecy. They're bringing it right out. I mean, they're doing what they feel.
Okay, do you have a specific question for our folks here with us tonight?
To the young man that was speaking there, Well, young man. Well, I didn't hear his name.
Okay, what's the question?
Well, answer my question then. Why is it that it is proven that 1 out of every 10 American white person has Negro blood?
Oh, I don't know if you can answer that. You can answer that? Brian's going to try to answer this. Okay, thank you very much for your call. Go ahead, Brian.
Because just what we brought up with the mixed relationships, right? Like most people's grandparents, right, might have had a mixed relationship. That's why, like, a lot of white people may have black in their blood, or a lot of black people might have white in their blood.
That's true.
I mean, you can't actually tell a person, you know, not to do this, not to do that. They're going to do what they want to do. So that's how most families have, you know, mixed. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Hello. Can I have your next question, please?
Hi.
Hi.
I would just like to make one comment, and I would like to congratulate all of you that are standing there. I think it's very great, and it takes a lot to stand up and say what you believe. In one way, you make me feel like I'm not the only one that feels that way. It is hard to go through life believing in things like that when you feel you're the only one. And I think you people are great, and I think it's really wonderful that you see young people like yourself standing up and saying what you believe. And I hope you continue that way from now on to the end of your life, because you're the only people that can make a change in this world, you know? And I think it's really great, and the only way you can change anything that means with race or creed or ethnic would be by you yourself standing up to it. And you right here have made a change. And people who are watching you, they'll think it over twice. And I think it's really great, and that's all the only comment I'd like to make.
Well, thank you very much, and we're going to applaud ourselves for that. You should all feel really good about that. That's very good. Let's take another call. Hello, can I have your question? Just lost the call?
Hello?
Hello? No.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Sherman Jones, and I want to ask Nita Clark, does she feel that having a deep relationship with a Spanish boy in a black neighborhood, and, you know, all these murders and things, you know, going down, does she feel uncomfortable about that, or, you know, does it be on her mind? Because, like, you know, when you look at it, it could be really, really dangerous, because she sounds like she's just all out and she's just ready, you know, and disrespecting, really, she's disrespecting, you know, really herself on the tube.
Okay, thank you for your question. I appreciate your question. I hope she does. Anita, do you have a response?
Well, it really doesn't bother me. It's just like somebody answered. It's really the boy and the girl. If they like each other, well, they go together. But if they don't really like each other and they don't want to go out with each other, that's all right. But it really doesn't matter what color he is or what, you know, yeah. You just
Somebody
have
said
to like
something
him.
and you said, yeah, and I lost the pot in the middle. What was it?
Personality and nationality, whatever. What'd you say?
Go ahead and make the point again.
Yeah.
Make that part of the point again so we all get it.
It's the personality. You really go by the personality of a boy.
Okay.
How nice he is. What? You don't have to go by his how he dress or how he you know.
Looks.
Yeah, look. Yeah, you really supposed to go by the personality. How do he act? If he act nasty, you know, yeah, leave him alone.
Let me take one more call. We got time for one more call. Hello? May I have your question? Hello? May I have your question, please? It's gone?
Could I ask?
Okay.
This is,
Hello?
This is Say Brother. I want you to stay on the...
Hello? May I have your question? That's television, folks. Go ahead, Brian.
All right. Since we've been talking about parents, sex, and drugs, right? I'd like to find out, how come no one's brought up a subject of religion, about how people feel about different religions?
Bad oversight. Why don't you speak to it with the few seconds we have left?
All right, well, like, me, myself, right, after I came off the streets and everything, I've just got into religion myself. That's why I asked the question, right? And like a little while ago, I just got baptized and I received the Holy Ghost, right? And
We just have a few seconds left.
I feel that it's puts a big change in your life, right? And that most people should get into it. So I was just asking about it.
Okay. Well, I think that's an important point. And I think we should all consider it. And it was our oversight, and we didn't include it, and I apologize. I hope you have enjoyed Say Brother this evening. It's been an unusual program, one that you don't normally see, but this is the year of the child, and we hope to do this some more this year and even next year. Let me make the announcement for the Cuba show that aired April 20th, an invitation from Cuba. The results are 55% of our viewers favor dialogue, 45% of our viewers are against dialogue, 55% are for, 45% are against. Thank you for watching Say Brother. Tune into it next week. And thank you all very, very much. I really enjoyed it. Let's applaud you again.
In the light of the $10 million damages award in the Carr and Silkwood plutonium case, we're wondering whether the Oklahoma jury has delivered a general warning to the nuclear industry and producers of other hazardous materials. We'll put the Silkwood judgment in context tonight with the help of Ed Swartz, a top Boston authority and practitioner on defective product law.